Hello guys, welcome to the 13th video tutorial of Code Beginners, in which I am going to give you a brief introduction of CSS, what is CSS and what is all about, and I'm going to tell you how can you link your HTML file to your CSS file. This is actually about basics, and we are going to start from very basics about CSS. Alright, in CSS, one thing to remember that your color names won't work, so you have to use your hex codes for colors. For that purpose, you can just go to Google and find here what you are required to find here. You can just find here the hex codes for CSS. Okay, so just right here, and on the very first website, W3 School, or you can see that you have a lot of hex codes here, almost every code here, and you can just use that hex code in place of the color name. Alright, so let's get started. This is a basic HTML. We have paragraph, we have headers, and we have a span tag as well. I am going to tell you how can you change your header, your style of header. You can change the style of your paragraph, you can change the style of span without writing the style technique every time here in each tag. Alright, we are going to make a separate file that we will call as .css file, and in that file we will be having all those specifications and all those designing techniques. Alright, so we are going to connect that css.css file with this .html file. Alright, so let's do it. Just go here, just cross this. I like to cross it and refresh it, and see what we have on our output here. We have vampire, we have a paragraph, a header, and that's it. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, we are required to create a new file here. Okay, so we have created, so leave the first line, and first of all we're gonna save it, save as. So we're gonna save it as style sheet. So we have already it. So let's say already have it and replace it. Okay. So now you have your file named as stylesheet.css. You can name it whatever you want. Okay, you can name it by your name.css or something.css, whatever you want. Alright. So let's see what we want to design first. We want to design a header. Alright. So let's write here h2. Okay, so this is for h2, and what we want next, p. Okay, so we'll just write p here. Okay, so sorry, padding is just autocomplete, padding, and then we will complete it by brackets, and then we have span. I'm so sorry because I just anyways, span. Alright, and just close them. Okay, now what we are required to do, I want a font size, sorry, don't font family of Verdana. Alright, so I want the font color to be black. So for that, the code is 0. That is the code, and that is a hex code basically. You don't need to remember that code specifically. You can just go to Google and search for it, and you'll find it. Alright, so that is so easy. Font family again, I want Arial. Okay, so I want a font size of let's say 50 pixels. Okay, so I want a font, no, I don't want a font color, that will be black. Okay, so come to span, I want a font family of impact. Okay, so I want a font color of gray color. Okay, for that the code is xc0c0c0. Alright, I think I have a mistake here. These are 2 0 less. 1 2 3 4 5. Oh, sorry, I don't have a mistake here. It was good. Alright, so let's move to the next thing. Okay, so what we are required to do next, what we want next, I think that is enough. Alright, so let's save it. So now what we are required to do, now you can do just link this style sheet.css with index.html because it won't gonna work because you must link it, that style sheet, with index.html. So for that we will use a link tag. Alright, so just one tip here, that please make sure that your stylesheet.css file, I mean your .css file, is in the same folder as in which your .html file exists. Alright, so otherwise you're gonna find it pretty difficult, because in that way in your href you will be required to give the full path, and that will be difficult. Alright, so make sure that your .css file is in the same directory. Okay, so just write link tag here. Okay, automatically you can see that it is filled with this rel is equal to style sheet. You are required to write it first. Okay, and that is you can say mandatory. Type is equal to text css. This thing is permanent and mandatory for every linking. Okay, so let's come to href. What you are required to write here, you are required to write here the file name, or you can give here a path if your file is not in the directory, or it is available online somewhere, or it is available in your computer. You can give a path here. Okay, so I will give the name style sheet dot css. Alright, so let's save it and let's see if we have linked our file successfully or not. So the color has not changed yet, so let's see what is our mistake here. uh, yeah, I got it. So I haven't change this. So you are just required to write here the color, because you are writing a span text, and it is understood that whatever is in the span is going to change, and in the span text we have, in the span tags we have only font. So that's why we are just required to write here the color simply. Okay, so let's save it and let's see if we have the required output now or not. So you can see that we have our required output right there. Okay, right on the money. So that's it for now, and hope to see you in the next video, because I'm going to tell you about the table and the images, how can you make them clickable, and all that stuff. Alright, so if you really like